Hi everyone, Grant from Grant's BYD Accessories Installs. We're back today with one of the highly requested installations, which is the OEM camera for the Sealion 7. I'm here with Paddy, who has kindly offered his car up today as the donor victim, but hopefully we'll get some content and step-by-step for you guys so that you can do this installation yourself with a peace of mind. So any questions, drop them down in the comments there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and feel free to share this video in the groups to help people who might be a little bit stuck. But thanks, Paddy, for offering your car, and yeah, we'll go through with any questions shortly. So thanks. Where you start with the OEM Dashcam, we've had a bit of a conversation about it because most people make the same purchase decision on checkout, and that is to get the SD card reader. And that's the module that's held underneath the center console here. Now, we've found that the OEM Dashcam doesn't start recording if you install the little SD card reader. So it is recommended that you don't have to buy that module. You can save a few dollars there. Unless there's a software update in the future, it's something that you don't need to buy. However, sticking with the existing system that is there, you just need a USB-C thumb drive of about 512 gigabytes because it will override. So just bear in mind, it's only like $20 to buy the additional module, but again, it's not necessary. The main thing is purchasing the actual camera, and again, links are down below where you can buy that camera and support the channel. So the first thing you need to do in the installation process is remove your covering here. So this little plastic covering is where the module goes. It is a bit tricky to pull off, and you may need a pry tool. So make sure you get a pry tool like this that can just fit in to start to try and wiggle out in some areas. Now again, it does sound a bit aggressive when you're pulling it off, but I can assure you, once you start getting a little bit off, the rest will come a little bit easier. So again, be gentle. And you can see here that that's now connected onto the arm there. So the next part is this middle part at the back here is where you need to start pulling it to the top. And that, if you just kind of bend the plastic, it should release this middle part. There we go. All right. So you can see these two parts, they just clip straight in. And then once we're putting it back in, we will follow that process in reverse. So now we have this little section up in here. So there's a few things to be mindful of up here, a few cables. What you're looking for is the cable here that is wrapped up really nice and tight. So you can feel there's a bit of plastic in there. It feels like a bit of a square. So that has been wrapped up really tight by BYD during the manufacturing process. But in there is where your cable for the OEM Dashcam is. So we will just point out here on the passenger side in the Australian vehicles and right-hand drive vehicles, you'll find it on the passenger side. Not sure in other countries, UK, any of those areas. So please, if you do find that the cable is located on the different side of the vehicle, then please make a note down in the comments or check the comments to see for other countries as well. So what we're going to do, we're probably going to pause the video here because it is quite tough to get in. You'll find the front of the plug here might come off. You can see that you've got a little bit of a white plug here. So you can see the empty plug that is what plugs into the back of the dash cam. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to get some scissors and take some small snips across here just to free up the plug. It is bound together on each side, so I can feel the cable coming in on one side. So there is an area just down the side here that I reckon we can snip through with some scissors. So we'll pause the video there just and come back once we've clipped that free. Paddy's going in here to chop the little bit of fabric. You can see if you get the cable right, that you're not snipping into the cable. There should be a channel there between the two. And you might be able to get the scissors to fold into, but what you're looking for is that little white plug. That's where your target is, to clear that up. And you do need a bit of distance, so you've got to make sure that you clear it all the way off the cable it's attached to. So once that's separated and free, because you'll need to plug that into the back of the camera, and then the back of the camera goes in at the front. All right, winner, winner, chicken dinner. We are now free of the other cable that it was wrapped to. So the next part is getting the camera hole open. All right, so what you're looking for is this little plug here is where the OEM camera sits. So well, let's try and get you a clear picture here. There we go. So that should just compress and push out the front. You'll find it will be a little bit tight, but once you get that free, that's where the lens of the camera is going to push through to. There's also a little hole you will see. I'm just trying to get focused. At the top, which will align where the camera pushes through to as well, which will keep it nice and tidy and prevent it from shaking around. So we'll come back in a second. We'll get this open and push through. So Paddy's going to just push this plug through, and great. You can see now there's a hole for the OEM Dashcam to poke through now. So we'll go and grab that module and we'll be back in a sec. All right, so you should have your OEM Dashcam and hopefully you've bought the right one with the right plug. Make sure you are selecting the Sealion 7 if you are installing this on your Sealion 7. Now that you've got your empty white plug here, we're just going to connect the plug into the dash cam. Should be nice and snug. Not really tug free, great. Once that's done, let me just get a better angle over here. We're just going to slide it from the front. So you'll see some grooves channel here that you can just line up on the side, and then you should be able to slide it in forward until you hear a clip. All right, so just see from the underside, your barcode's there. We're just going to line up the front lens so it's nice and straight. There is a guiding pin that sits at the front there. Yeah, perfect. Now the cable will get quite tight, so if it does get too tight, you can just feed through some more of the cable at the back there. And as you can see, the lens is sitting nice and snug at the front, and that's nice and tidy there, so you shouldn't get any rattles with that installation. Good work, Paddy. You're a natural. Now, it's always good practice, and I've learned this lesson many a times, is before you put everything back together, you should always test it and make sure that it actually works. So from this stage, it's all plugged in, it's all ready to go. What we need to do is do a hard cycle of your infotainment system. How you do that is you start your vehicle, which comes up fairly quickly. Down here, you'll see the power button and the volume button on the left-hand side. You're gonna wanna hold that down, and excuse Paddy's music if it comes on. You keep holding the button down probably for about 8 to 10 seconds, and you'll notice up here on the infotainment screen, it's turned the screen off, and now it's put the car into simple mode. What you'll do at this point, you can take your finger off the power button and you should see it as if it was starting from a fresh start. Once we load back into the standard infotainment system, you will notice that there should be a new app available called DVR. So we'll wait for this loading screen to finish. There we go. If you search up here, it's going to come up with DVR. There you go. So it's going to come up with your instructions here, just again, knowing that you are recording. So it's just giving you some rules and regulations that people may not, if you're in a different country with stricter laws. But once that's done, you click there, saying that the automatic recording function of DVR is off by default. Please go to settings to turn it on. Now, this will record to your car's hard drive, but to keep that from filling up the hard drive on the car, you will want to get the SD module or the USB-C module that we spoke about before. So again, this is just all of the information in here. Now that we've found the app, we've opened it once, it will come back. You can see it will be located in the bottom of your apps. When you open it, obviously, it will look like this. So there's the camera that's pointing out the front. But you'll get all of the information up here in terms of what you're pressing, the strength of the brake, your acceleration as well. So when you're putting your accelerator down, your indicators, but more than enough telemetry to be able to prove if you're in the event of an accident, to show what you were doing at the time. So again, I highly recommend that you do purchase a USB-C thumb drive, that it will overwrite the data. It will also pick up on events. So when you are driving around, if it picks up a short event, it will record it. You can also take photos, but it should instantly start recording when you get in the car, when it's detecting a source to be able to record the data to. All right, so now that everything's working, we're going to put it all back together. Very easy just to clip back up. So again, find here first, make sure that you're not going to go over the top of any cables. It's always easier just to put this first one on, and then the second one clips up. So that's nice and tight. Run your fingers around the edge to make sure that it's there, nice and smooth. And then this last part here will literally just clip in over the top here. Bang, and there you go, all done. To just show you how to hook up the micro SD port if you have purchased that. Remember, it doesn't automatically start when you do it with the car, but we're going to test it on this one to see whether it has been fixed by topBYD, whether it was a hardware issue or whether it's still a software issue. So stay tuned into the comments because I'm sure Paddy will let us know if it works. However, we'll just film that part as well. If not, if we decide to cut that out, well, thank you again for supporting the channel. Links are down again in the description as well to help support me in what we do. Share this to friends so that they can also follow these installation instructions. And as usual, I'd love hearing when you guys have actually done this and used my videos. So feel free to call it out in the groups, show us what's done and help someone else. Anyway, let's get to this next stage and we'll add that on to the next part of the video. But if you're not going to do that, well then thanks heaps for the support and I'll chat to you later. Thanks guys. All right, so if you've hung on and you've bought the USB drive that goes in, it's a very quick, easy install. Now again, not mandatory, and we are going to test this one today to see if it does work. But if it doesn't work, then at least you can just follow these instructions again to remove it and replace the OEM one. So they do send it's the same plugs in the back here you can just put the cable into. And it will give you the option then for a USB-A, a USB-C that only works with charging. It's not directly integrated into the car. And then you've got here for the camera. So this is different to the device that I received about 6 to 8 months ago. So that's why we're going to install it today just to check. But as I said, wait for a comment from Paddy. I'll pin that comment when it comes through to see whether it's actually worked or not. So that way at least you can tell. Anyway, let's get started. We'll just go in here. It's very similar to any of my other videos. You're going to have to pull some panels off and then get tricky with a few cables, but the plugs are all very universal. So I'm just going to get down here. Now the panel here is what you're looking to pull off. You'll find that there is a lip that you can just start pulling and yanking it off. So again, feels very uncomfortable, but it's very unlikely that you're going to break anything. You just got to get your fingers in there and just slowly pull it out until you start feeling it unclip. Again, once one goes, then most of them follow after that too. There's no set specific order, but I do find it's easier to start from one side and work your way down. There we go. So as you can see here, the module that we're changing is down here. So that will pop out now that you can access this hole here. So the cables do sit in the back. I find it's a little bit easier to just put your hand in and find the little clips on the base of this module, and then you should be able to wiggle it out. Feel a bit Steve Irwin on this one, but let's get this. Okay, so there's a clip on top as well. I think 2 clips on top that you can push in. There we go, we're almost there. There we go, all right. So just be mindful of the other clips that sit around the edges. Just wiggle it out a little bit, and then you can see you can pull the cables through. So these are the same cables on the module. You can see it mirrors it up exactly the same. So you just want to be able to pull these cable out and match it to the white plug. Let's get that one out first. And then the next one. Just a little bit of a wiggle. Again, just a little bit of care. You don't want to be ripping them out, but you just want to make sure that you're not pulling any clips off that are on in the way.
BZX.
Of course, when you're filming, come out first time, does it? Well, there we go. Hey. All right, great. So that's now clear. And like any good job, you just need to line up the plugs, clip it in, make sure it's clipped in firm, just to really annoy you when you have to replace it. Luckily, that's Paddy's job. And then that one there. So now they're both plugged in. You can just feed this back through. And it's the same clips on the top here. So again, you're looking for these same clips that just press in, but they will just slide straight back in here. It's nice and tidy. You've got your original one here, so make sure that's kept somewhere separate. And then you're just lining up all of your clips. Make sure you're folding that one. That one's the most likely to bend if you don't get that back in. It is at a right angle, 45-degree angle. So just slot that into, you'll see a little channel at the back there. go. So we are in. All right, so then you just make sure that it's comfortable and just press in. And you should be able to get it nice and flush again. Again, don't be worried if you're hearing some sounds that sound uncomfortable. They should all align up. So everything is nice and flush again. So there you go. Give it a good press. I'll get some of that packaging off there for you. That was on your carpet, thank you. That's a gift from the BYD factory for you there, mate. But yeah, now that's nice and tight. And you can see here the plugs, they're all working as they should be. So what we're going to do is we're going to chuck in a little micro SD into that and we'll see if it works over the next couple of days. That's installed the SD card reader now, so we're going to test that. We'll pin the comment to make sure whether it works or not. My feeling is it probably won't work, so Paddy's probably going to have to come back and do all that again himself. For those of you that want to test it like I did, by all means, make sure you hold on to your original. Don't throw it in the bin, because you may need to go back to this one. And again, you'll be watching this video again, so that's great for my like count. But anyway, look, good luck, guys. Any questions, please feel free to put them down in the commentary areas. Also, share the love. If there's any steps that I've missed, make sure that you're covering the next person in the video by putting a comment down below. A big thank you to Paddy for giving us the test vehicle here to be able to do this one. You know, it is a very quick job. Should take you about 10 to 15 minutes with these instructions. But yeah, don't panic too much when you're doing that and you hear some creaking and cracking. It's usually just the plastic clips coming free. But good luck, guys, and thanks again for supporting the channel, and shout out as well what other accessories we should do a video on, because now I'm starting to run out of accessories, the core ones. So I'm very keen to get your feedback on what we should do next. But anyway, thanks guys, have a great day, bye.